Greetings everyone from beautiful Odessa. I am here at the Privoz market, just outside the main entrance, and we are here to investigate one of the largest markets in all of Europe. So this is going to be a collection of used goods, meats, cheeses, fish, basically anything that you could think of buying or selling can be found within here. So let's go take a look. And no more than 10 seconds into filming the video, we are stopped. Due to a recent severe drone strike on the market, filming needs to be supervised by security to ensure that it's not for nefarious espionage purposes. An understandable precaution that unfortunately needs to be taken in wartime Ukraine. So we go to the administration office for approval and to be assigned an escort. So it seems we made it roughly 20 meters before we were stopped by security, and it seems that you need to have an escort if you're going to be filming in the market. So we now have an escort that's going to walk us through the market, but here, as you can see, there are used goods of almost... Just a quick aside, my stoic shadow in the background of a lot of my market tour is not a stalker or government agent, but my personal friend and Odessa resident, the camera-shy Mr. Crit. Our security guy is the other man lurking behind us and will be interviewed at the end of the video, just so you know. Every variety, it's sort of like a giant Goodwill, if you will, but then there are different halls where things are split up based on products. So we're going to go into the milk market, so it's sort of dairy products, and then we're going to go into a meat market, and then we're going to go into the famous fish market. And hopefully along the way interview a few people so that you guys can get a real feeling of what it's like to shop and then eat here. So let's go. As you can see, the entrance is right here, and it's right here. So this is right at the very entrance of it, and then you can hear the grinding of blades. So we were standing here in front of the knife area, which I guess is near and dear to my heart because I love chef knives. So handmade knives. It's very heavy. Як вас звати?
Serge.
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 So Sergei? Serge?
Да, Sergei.
So we have Sergei, Serge. І ви сам зробили?
Так.
So these are his handmade knives here right outside of the meat market, so that is very appropriate. For fish.
Суши.
This is very cool. This is actually a really beautiful knife.
Это брутальный викинг.
Oh my god. So, as we'll see inside of the market, they have like these little axes that they'll typically chop up meat with. So they'll have it on a large tree stump and then chop up meat. So that's really interesting. And this is super heavy too.
Нож Деба, тоже handmade.
So thick. Look at the bezel on that. Bezel, I guess that's the accurate word, but that is so thick. It's so heavy.
Look at this. Это обвалочные такие вот ножи тоже ручной работы. Jesus. G10 и так далее.
Oh my god, that's so cool. Look at that. It's like some ninja stuff. І як звати це столик?
Клуб любителей острого ножа.
So the club for lovers of sharp knives.
Да, клон, сокращенно клон.
So this is Sergei. We're right outside the entrance, so come take a look at his knives. So here is the dairy market. So this is all going to be dairy goods. So this is like cheeses, eggs, milk, things like that. And then further on that way, there are meats. So those are sort of like prepped meats and raw meats. And then further that way is going to be the actual meat market and the fish market. So this is just the entrance, and we're going to see as much as we can. Here you can buy nearly any locally made dairy product. Cheese, yogurt, fermented beverages, sour cream, and spreads. Soft, hard, creamy, aged, smoked, sour, sweet, funky, and seasoned. They're all here. So as you can see here, there's a huge variety of cheeses. Those are sort of like prepped meats, that's like deli meats. And then behind me there are like sulgunis and brinza and different local made cheeses as well. So I think we're sort of at the peak of the sort of traffic for people here, but we're going to head over there to look at the meats, because I think the cheese people don't really want to talk to us. So our security escort told us that Oля.
My name is Oля.
Oh, English, excellent. So Oля, and as I passed through, I did one lap without a camera, and I looked at everything, and she has some incredibly beautiful salo.
Salo Солонина, чеснок,
So here,
лемін, чеснок, паприка, чорний перець, горчиця. Дуже смачно.
so here you have just like salo. So this is just pork fat that's salted. You can see that it's like sweating from the salt.
А сало это вообще, это искусство. Искусство сала. Это вот такое сало. Це дуже смачно.
It smells super, super garlicky.
Yeah.
So it's got like paprika and a lot of garlic. Super beautiful flavors. Really cool texture too. Because salo is supposed to sort of melt in your mouth.
А ушки какие свиные. Ушечки, ушки свиные. Можно даже померить. Примерочная с 5 утра.
So she said that we can wear it. But the pig ears are really common beer snacks. In America, they're typically like treats for dogs, but they're actually super, super delicious. And this salo is super great. Without exaggeration, Olha's meats were some of the most interesting and highest quality I have ever tried. And I'm not just saying that because she's a charismatic charmer.
Одни язычки, смотрите, какие одни язычки. Одни язычки.
So this is beef tongue head cheese.
Свій смачненький і кушай.
Такие мягенькие прям.
Да.
Вау.
It tastes like soup. It's so gentle and so soft.
Рулетики запечені в печі.
Because
Рулетик.
sometimes when you have tongue, it tastes like you're chewing on balloons or something. Все тут ви самі зробите?
Все робимо своїми ручками.
So the pigs are from around the Odessa region, and she makes everything here herself. And everything here is crazy, crazy high quality.
Попробуйте
Я
в'ялене.
закохався.
This has been Oля
Thank you very
with her
much, Оля.
beautiful, beautiful meat. I'll put her phone number in the description so you can write her on Telegram. But her stall is right here, and it's directly from the entrance of the dairy hall. So you walk into the dairy hall, and then you come straight here. It's impossible to miss all this beautiful, beautiful meat.
Thank you very much, Оля.
And you can feel that she has that Odessa spirit, that sort of like charisma, if you will. But let's go further. There is an insane amount of honey and bee-related products in Ukraine. Combs, honey, waxes, medicinal extracts, and candles are ubiquitous to every Ukrainian market. So you can see that the honey here is made from different plants. So there's like acacia, lipa, гречка. So this is like buckwheat. So this is buckwheat honey. Ukraine is one of the world's largest honey producers as well. So you'll see tons of medovukha, honey, candles. So like these church candles are made from honey. Honey is such an important part of Ukrainian culture. So at every market, you're going to find some kind of honey. The prepped meat section is magical, and maybe my favorite of the entire food bazaar, which is high praise.
Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Even with the market's overall reduction in volume of vendors and patrons, following the 1-2 punch of the pandemic plus the war, not to mention the market was bombed just days before our arrival, the scale and volume of goods on sale is still incredible. The flavors, smells, textures, and variety is hard to beat. While the topic of this video is food and produce, there is a vast portion of this market that sells literally everything else and is woven in between each of the market's many massive buildings. Goods of all varieties, new and used, are found here. But that's a video for another day. So, as you can see, we have sort of left that in-between area. Now we're inside of the meat market. So we were at the dairy area and then the sort of like meats, and now we're in the sort of general butchery area. So here you'll see every sort of meat. You'll see that people are chopping things up, getting things prepped. So this is where you come if you want to get some raw meat. І як вас звати?
Меня зовут Виктория.
Victoria. So Victoria here, she's selling, this is pork, свинина, так?
Свинина, да, домашняя.
So she has homemade pork here, and you'll see that you'll have like bones for soups and things like that, all the way up to salo here. So, дуже вам дякую.
Всего хорошего. До свидания.
And see, she is also chopping bones, as I described, that sort of axe on the wooden block. These are going to be for soup. Ooh. So here you'll see the breakdown of all kinds of meats. You've got bones, you've got organ meats. This gentleman said that he can break down a head in 10 minutes, which is just incredible. Again, chopping of bones for soups and stocks. They make head cheeses. They make a pashtet. There are just so many different types of things that you can make and things that you can't make in America because we don't have access to the entire animal. When you go shopping in America, you just get the general sort of beef cuts or whatever. But here you can see that there's sort of like the offal here. You've got snouts. Jak was звати? Людмила. So here we have Ludmila, and she's also selling here. Is this baranina?
Нет, говядина.
Говядина. So beef. And then you see all of these different meats. You have tongue, you have liver. So you're able to cook a lot of things that have sort of been forgotten in American cuisine because we don't use the liver, we don't use the tongue. And that's kind of shameful because you can make some awesome stuff with tongue. Дуже вам дякую.
Будь ласка, приходьте.
And here you can see this is sort of an empty stall. They have these meat hooks here. So they'll break the animals down. They have these giant butcher's blocks. And then they'll hang the meat up and then break the animal down and then sell it directly here. So you sort of see the entire cycle of how they prepare the meats for the market. So I'm here with Daniel, and he is breaking down a ham hock. I am so jealous. I really want to be a butcher. I think that this is such a cool skill to have, and I think that more people should do this. And then here you'll see some of the pre-breakdown meats here. So this is a huge carcass here, ready to be broken down. And then you'll see the sort of the blueberry stamp to show that it's been processed legally. І скільки років ви тут робите? Два? Тільки почав, так? So he's at the beginning of his career, but I think that this is a really cool skill to have. And it's really cool to see younger people doing this type of stuff here. So that means that the new generation will carry on all of these talents. Дуже вам дякую, Даніл, і удачі вам. The ability to buy farm-fresh meat directly from the source is such an incredible resource for chefs and Epicureans, especially when compared to the overly commercialized and suffocatingly narrow offering in American grocery stores. Something I never take for granted living here. So here you can see it's sort of like an old butcher shop, so it seems like this was a centralized area to break animals down. And then sell them individually there, but I think that it's been sort of put on pause or shut down. You'll see that there's the cleaning stations, this is a weight station, and then all these individual meat hooks here as well. So it's really kind of cool to see this. It's sort of like a time capsule. So now we stepped back outside into the sunlight, and you'll see just like an ocean of fruits and vegetables and things here. They're selling absolutely everything. Some of it processed, some of it fresh, some of it really foreign, most of it local. But if you want to cook something, you'll be able to find these ingredients here. It's just a huge amount of vendors here. I don't know if you're able to get a sense of the scale here, but it really is. It's just tremendous. There's so much going on and so many people here selling so much stuff. And the smell is also really cool. It smells like fresh vegetables. So let's go take a look. The vibrant beauty we see here in summer is replaced with a more severe aesthetic and limited variety in winter. The cycle of seasonality is on full display at these markets and is always enchanting to witness. But regardless of season, there is always something delicious here. We're on our way to the fish market, and we've just started seeing all the different fish that they have. Odessa is obviously a port city, so fish is a huge part of the culture here. And this is veggies. So this is a local fish, and this was it's really popular in canned foods. So you have like veggies and tomato sauces, but this is dried fish. So it's a really unique fish. Як вас звати? Толік. So this is Толік. Ви рибалка або тільки...
Сам ловить привозить, все свіже.
Серйозно?
Да.
So he is a fisherman here, but people in Odessa tend to joke, so I don't know if they're joking with me or serious. But he is the fisherman here, and he catches all this stuff. І ви
Самі
готовим, сами делаем. Капки все сами делают.
That's really, really cool. Because here you'll see, that's huge. That's a monster. And you can see like the oil sort of dripping off of it and things like that. So there's just like so much here. I like fish, but I'm not crazy for it.
Наверное, акула.
Акула?
Черноморская акула. С нашего моря черного.
Так, ну давайте покажем, давайте там, где у нас красивее покажем. У нас вот это рыбные тортики. Сейчас я вам сделаю разрез.
Oh my God, look at that. So I don't know if you guys understand, but this is fish cake. So it's literally a cake of 3 different fish. Це сирі, так?
Вяленый.
Вялений. So
Salted fish.
Salted. Yes.
Так, смотрите. Вкусно?
Так.
Тунец, палтус и лосось.
And then they have. So this is like a roulette, так?
Да, рулет, это рулет. Тут камбала идет в середине.
О, камбала и салфиш.
Флаундер, да, вроде бы?
Ah,
флаундер.
flounder. The flatfish.
Флаундер,
Камбала,
да,
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 flat.
флаундер.
Yeah.
Юкола, да. Копчено-вяленое.
So it's
Smoked
smoked and
dry.
dry.
Yes.
Oh my God. So for those who don't know, he's carrying a giant crate, and he said, "Watch your hands, feet, and asses."
Наша самая знаменитая классика – это рулет 4 в одном. Состав: палтус, тунец, семга, марлин. Это самая известная наша позиция по рыбке. Пробуем.
So it's like smoked and salted together. So it's got this really cool combination of textures and flavors. I think that this is really interesting. I've never seen anything like this. And just like the scale of it is huge. It goes like, it's a massive, massive, massive stall. And then, c'est vino.
Вино.
So they have,
Домашнее вино. Домашнее.
so they have homemade wines back here too. The Odessa region has sort of a large grape growing cultivation. So wine from Odessa is quite popular. There's beer. For Americans, drinking beer and dried fish is like a crazy combination. But Ukrainians, they love beer plus fish. It's like classic. It's like us with pretzels. So this is just a tremendous, tremendous collection of really incredible stuff.
Так, и самая последняя, самая популярная наша, самая известная. Вот, пожалуйста.
Бычки.
Да? Бычки. Сейчас будем пробовать.
So, come to find out, our fish host is also more famous than me on YouTube. She has a tremendously large channel, and this is the biggest fish cake I could possibly imagine. It's like fish lasagna. I'll put her
И вот, покажите аккаунт, да?
I'll put her information in the channel as well in the description so that you can find her. But it's really interesting that she has 2 jobs. That's incredible. For a culture that doesn't have much of a seafaring tradition, it's stunning to see how much Slavs love fish in all of its many iterations. And the port city of Odessa takes this to the extreme. Fresh, frozen, canned, pickled, breaded, salted, fermented, smoked, cured, fried, and dried. Ukraine has them all, and they're all amazing with ice-cold beer. You really feel the difference between the different areas of the market. And the fresh fish here, it actually smells super cool, and it all smells like it's literally just from the sea. So you'll see these huge nets and things where they're selling dried fish and all this stuff. It's really cool. Also, in these markets, they have a lot of these stalls where they're called like dried goods, like sushon. So they'll have like dried fruits, they'll have nuts. They have these Georgian chotrela here. So this is typically a place to get like imported goods or spices and things like that. So here we have pistachios, fresh pistachios. From California. So hello from home. This is a popular place to get dried fruits and spices and things like that. You'll always see these places at markets, and Odessa is no exception. Uzbekistan.
да.
So he is from Uzbekistan, and it's common for them to have these sort of spice stalls and things like that. and he is working as sort of a seller at this market. Дуже вам дякую. Rahmat. So here we are in sort of the back end area of the market, and this is the bulk buyers section. So this is where people buy in bulk. So restaurants and things like that, or resellers will come and they'll get their stuff here and then resell it on the market again. But they only sell in like massive quantities. So this is like trucks filled with stuff that are going to be sold later. So here you can see why we had to have a security escort through the market. There's been a drone strike here. It sort of blew the entire roof off this section and damaged a lot of these buildings along here. So the unfortunate reality of life in Ukraine is that these strikes happen, massive damage occurs, people lose their lives, but life continues. So when you see these videos of Ukrainians sort of walking about as if nothing's happened, this is the sort of reality that they live in. Just sort of the massive spirit of Odessa and Ukrainians is on display here, as it is all over the country. Even after damage and strikes, people just continue with their lives. So this is like in Samarkand and in Uzbekistan. You'll see that this bread, what they'll do is they'll roll it out, they'll stamp the center with a sort of a spiked imprint, and then they'll put it on the inside wall of the oven. Then they also have like samsa and things like that. So these are really beautiful Uzbek baked breads. Anyone from Georgia, anyone from Central Asia will immediately recognize this, but if you haven't had the chance to try it, you really need to try this bread because it's super good. Here we're in one of the old regions of the market, and this is the fish market. So this is fresh fish. So you'll see frozen stuff, fresh stuff, local caught, foreign caught. Any type of fish that you can imagine is probably somewhere in here. I think that I saw shark somewhere. So if you're looking for fish, it can be canned, smoked, salted, dried, fried, or breaded. It's all here. So this is a really cool thing, and this building is really interesting. Look at that. It's like a blimp hangar. A spiritual symbol of Odessa, Aunt Sonia is always depicted with a bundle of fish along with a hungry cat, and her statue is a main attraction in the fish market. So whenever you see a statue where the bronze has been worn smooth, it means that there's good luck involved somewhere. Usually it's touching a cat or something, but here it's you touch a boob. So here I am in the Odessa fish market getting my good luck.
Oh, все. Man, look, this is the combo.
Oh,
Fresh one. See?
That's beautiful. Oh my God. I can taste it.
She very, very oily, but the meat is like delicious.
In Odessa, they have these little fish. They typically sell them at the seaside, and this is a super, super common beer snack. And they also have live crawfish as well. I'm here with Sara, and this is her crab and crawfish and shrimp section. І це прям від Чорного моря тут.
Да.
І коли ви готували це?
Это вчера сварено, сегодня мы уже продаем. Вчера вечером сварено. Охлаждаем и сразу продаем. Это бычки вот так вот, они крупные. Это. Здрасте, Андрей. 4,5.
Oh. An angry fella.
Вот так вот бычочек будет с икорочкой, это вам подарунок.
Дякую вам. They wanted to gift me a bottle of Odessa beer. So this is Odessa Premium, as is written on the label. Дуже вам дякую. Ваша риба дуже
Сейчас
смачна.
мы еще вам подарим, дай шикарный пакет. Мы еще кулечек вам подарим. Называется по-одесски шикарный пакет.
Шикарный пакет.
Там даже
So,
так пишется.
so it's a really cool package from Odessa.
Шикарный пакет.
Шикарный пакет.
Все лучше рядом с Одессой. So everything is the best when you're near Odessa, is what it says. So come on down to Odessa and buy enough fish, they'll give you free beer. As we're on our way out of the market, I just saw these beautiful stalls with these beautiful cutlery. So these are our Georgian sort of Snickers. They're nuts that are covered in a jam, and then they have wine here as well. So they have a huge assortment of wine and these beautiful cutlery, and everything just looks so gorgeous here. Вы грузин? Რომელი ქალაქი და?
ქალაქი სუხუმიდან, მაგრამ აქანე ვცხოვრობ, ახლა დანიში ვცხოვრობ. ჩემი საკარი აქანე ვცხოვრობ. იქანე ხომ ჩხუბი იყო სუხუმში.
ჩემი ქართული ძალიან ძვირი.
არა, ძალიან კარგად ლაპარაკობ.
დიდი მადლობა.
სად დაიბადე საქართველოში?
Ja, ამერიკიდან.
ბევრი არის, ჩემი დიშვილი არის ამერიკაში.
კარგი.
მუშაობს, ფურაში. 7000 დოლარს აკეთებს წვეში.
კარგი.
კარგია და აქალე 1000 დოლარი რომ გააკეთო, რამდენი ამბავი უნდა 7000 წვეში წარმოიდგინე.
Kai. So we have a Georgian seller here selling Georgian wines. Kartuli ღვინო, tak?
ქართული ღვინო.
Sakhshis.
სახრი დამაშნი ღვინო და.
So homemade Georgian wine with homemade Georgian goods. Jak zvate? Temur. So we have Temuri here at his stand right near the entrance.
ანახე ამერიკა ჩემი სახე ბევრი ნაცრსავები მყავს იქანე, ბევრი ნაცრსავები.
I think he's shocked that someone speaks Georgian, but these chachkelas are really, really beautiful. So this is, we saw one of those pomegranate presses. In fact, there's one in the back if you can see it. And what they do is they crush the pomegranate and they make pomegranate juice. And our friend has offered us some. It's delicious. While my personalized but broad review of this massive, acres-large market was just a taste of what it has to offer, I hope that it left you with a positive impression of the weird, multicultural, quirky, and wonderfully unique vibe of Odessa's people and its food scene. And, hopefully, maybe made you just a little bit hungry. And just a quick thanks to our security guard. He was able to show us a lot of really cool things. He took us to some of the sellers that we spoke with, and he seems to know everyone here. Дуже вам дякую, що ви знали все тут і сказали, вони прикольно, вони не прикольно, говорить з ними і пропуски них. Дуже вам дякую. Ви були звезды наш видео.
Спасибо.
So here we are, back where we started, back at the knife store. Hopefully they're almost done sharpening our knives, but that was the entire tour of the Odessa market. So as you can see, almost anything under the sun that you would like to buy is sold here, and then you get a real insight into the spirit of both Odessa and Ukraine. So you see people who are pranksters and jokers with big personalities and charisma, and then you also see people who don't really want to be on camera and think that they're trying to be tricked. But this is a great place to come, and if you're in Odessa, I highly recommend you come and check it out. But that was the Odessa market. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and till next time. Flounder, the flatfish. Flat. Yeah.
Я больше шарю, чем вы.
Я ще поганий рибак.
Я говорю по-английски.